Hi, my name is Tiffany Loren and welcome to my channel. Also, welcome to my very first Q&A. So I asked my fans to go ahead and drop me some questions in the inbox, DM, whatever you want to call it, on all my social media platforms. And here we are today to give you the answers. So let's get started. And make sure you watch the whole video because I got some juicy information for y'all. Well, I started YouTube approximately from this date, a year and 3 months ago. I know it hasn't been that long, but you know, it's like a really long time to me. I am from Decatur, Illinois. It's a very small city. I wouldn't even call it a city. It's a very small town in the state of Illinois. We're like centrally located. It's probably about 70,000 people that stay there. If you're familiar with Champaign, University of Illinois, we're not too far from there, not too far from Springfield. We're not anywhere near Chicago. Nowhere near Chicago. I mean, we're like almost 3 hours from Chicago. Stop asking me if I'm from Chicago and I tell you I'm from Illinois. No, I'm from Decatur. I think the inspiration from my skits comes from real life. Like a lot of my skits that I write or I do have either happened to me, have happened to somebody else, have happened to someone close to me. I've seen it live and in person. I know some of them get a little crazy. Some of them can be a little, some stuff added in like a little fiction, but I'm telling you, most of them are very tried and true. It's a crazy life out here. When I tell you I can't make this up, I really can't make this up. I don't really know. I hope my dude would be regular. Like, I don't want to date an alien or anything like that, but as far as a regular dude, I don't have a problem with dating somebody that I guess people would deem regular. You know, I just feel like as long as you can keep up with my lifestyle or we have the same goals, the same morals, same characteristics, we have a lot of things in common, then yeah, I'd be open to dating a regular dude, whatever that would be to you guys. Well, YouTube impacted my life because prior to YouTube, I was working a corporate job that I was grateful for, but I hated it. And then I was also doing some things in the entertainment industry and things weren't taking off for me in the way that I wanted them to. More so because I'm big on like working for yourself, kind of having control over your own things, over your own content, creativity, your work, whatnot. So when I started doing YouTube, it gave me the ability to control my own narrative, control my future, control how I wanted my story to go. So YouTube impacted me by allowing me to quit my corporate job, allowing me not to be so independent on other people in order for me to get things done. Of course, I need a team for my YouTube to run. Of course, I need other actors, I need other people to collab with me, but I don't have that overhead over me controlling my every move and my ideas and whatever I want to put into motion. So I do like the fact that I don't have to necessarily work under someone, and I also have the ability to have like creative control over what I want to do. If I want to, whatever I dream of in my head, I can write it up, I can do it, I can shoot it. It's my YouTube channel, it's my content. So it gives me the ability to have the range to do whatever I want to do really. So the impact was it gave me the freedom to do me. Well, my inspiration actually came from El Haj. Shout out to El Haj TV and to Kanigra also. When I first started doing skits, El Haj had actually hit me up on Instagram and asked me that I want to come be in one of his sketches. And he came down to Atlanta, and at first I was like, hell no, who is this guy asking me to come be in something? And at that time, because the thing is, like, a lot of people would come in my DM and ask me to do stuff who really wouldn't have things going on. So I was leery because if you live in Atlanta or a larger city, you know people will say they do things and they really don't do things. So at that time, El Haj didn't have a large following on Instagram, but he had a really large following on YouTube. So when he hit me up on Instagram, I was like, this guy does not do YouTube. What is he talking about? Nobody even follows him like that. I'm sorry, El Haj, but this is the truth. So then I go to his YouTube and I said, oh, he really do YouTube. He had like over 100K at that time. And I was like, okay, cool. So he asked me, I was like, yeah, why not? I mean, I'm down to trying something new. So I came over and I did the skit with him. And that's how I ended up meeting Jamal, and I met Kanigra. So then a couple months later, he asked me to do another one when he came down to Atlanta. I said, yeah, sure. So then he asked me to come out to LA and shoot with him a few months after that. And I was like, yeah, okay, I can do that. So we were out there filming. I did a couple things with him and Kanigra, with him by himself. Shout out to Phil, his shooter. I just love them guys. So then he was talking to me about getting started in YouTube. And I kept saying, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, what would I write? Like, I don't know, I'm just so nervous. And Elle was like, no, you got it, Tiff. Like, think about your life experiences, think about stories you tell people, just, get creative. So basically I was like, okay. So he made an agreement if I came back out there that he would help me get my channel started. So I was like, okay, cool, I can do that. So I went back out to LA the next month and we shot my first ever skit. And Phil, shout out to Phil, shot it for me, and El Haj was in it. And then I went to LA every month after that. I worked with him, I worked with Kanigra. And him and Kanigra really set me down, and they like gave me the game on YouTube and told me the do's and do nots, and really like cultivated me to be able to do the stuff I'm doing now. When I got back to Atlanta, I ended up hooking up with Jamal and Lonnie, and that's how the ATL verse situation had arose. But initially, like I said, it was Kanigra and Elle that really put me in the game and got me started on YouTube, and here I am now. So I'm forever thankful for Kanigra and Elle. I'm forever indebted to you guys. Thank you. I was just joking with somebody yesterday because we were watching this movie that had all these women. They were like assassins in there and like spies. And I used to be like, growing up, I was like, every girl wanted to be a princess, and I used to want to be an assassin and just work and like kill people. I know it just sounds so bad. So if a movie that I had to create, I would probably say it would be an action movie where the girls were just kicking ASS left and right, and just doing all the things and all the moves that the guys would do. I think that's so dope. Like, I'm trying to think of a movie. This is a movie I watched. It's called Gunpowder Milkshake. I loved it. It had Angela Bassett, and it was really good. But I would really like to do an assassin movie with like the women, where they like take the lead roles and they're like the main characters who do the action. I think that would be really dope, and something outside of the norm of what I usually do. Okay, so I think my greatest strength is overcoming adversities. I feel like there's things that occur a lot. There's a lot of things that have occurred in my life, which I'm sure there are multiple people who had a lot of things occur in their life. We all have a story, like I like to say, but it's always what you do with your traumas, or what do you do with your bad that happens in your life, and how do you overcome it? How do you push through? How do you turn it into a positive? Because sometimes we can sit around and go, oh, well, these things happen to me, I can never, or what about me, I had a bad start, or what about this? And it's like, yeah, but if you're really realistic, everybody's had some type of trauma, everybody's had some type of hump they had to get over, everybody's had something that was detrimental to their mental health or physical or well-being or whatever, but it's really what you do with that and how you overcome it. And I feel like that's one of my strengths, is I have the ability to push through a lot of things. I feel like on the flip side of that, one of my weaknesses is I do push through a lot of things. And sometimes my mind can get to going and it can kill my momentum, or, I can overthink things, or sometimes I can just brush stuff under the rug like it never happened. And then later, you have to deal with that. So I really advise, especially my community, to make sure that they take their mental health serious and your mental well-being. I feel like a lot of us go through a lot of things in life, and we may be able to push through those things, but sometimes we don't deal with those things and we carry on trauma, and that trauma can bleed into other stuff. So as much as it's important for us to get over the things that we endure and come to in life, it's also important that we really handle them and heal from them, because at the end we want to be healthy mentally, physically, and spiritually. So make sure you guys take note of that, and really, make sure your mental is in a good state at all times, because that's how you can always be the best you. I think that's such a random, crazy question because I don't think I ever see myself as acting. I always think I've seen myself doing things in entertainment. Like I always knew like I was gonna do something in entertainment. Like at one point in time, I swear I was gonna be like the next Beyonce, but I can't hold a note to save my life. See, that's why we ain't doing it. And then when I was younger, I used to like put on my Disney movies and act them out in the front room, like all the musicals. And I just knew I was gonna be like in a Disney movie, like in a musical, but like I wasn't in the reality that it was a cartoon because it was real life to me. So maybe I did always know I was gonna act and I just didn't know I knew it. But it's crazy how everything came full circle because now I do and I look back and laugh like all those times I put my couch pillows down and made them into lily pads. It was jumping around like, and I just want my prince to save me. I was really practicing for what I'm doing now. So I guess in a way, yeah. I think some of the people who inspire me are, of course, Will Smith. He's a great actor. I really like Angela Bassett. I think Issa Rae is really dope. The fact that she even started on YouTube and took off and built the platform that she has now, I think is incredible. There's a lot of good actors out there. I really just like watching people, and I feel like if I can watch a movie or watch a show, and for some reason, like when I watch stuff, I always try to put myself in a character, just naturally, and I be like trying to feel their pain. And if you're a person who can act and you can make me feel like, oh my God, I can't believe his dog died, and like I'm bawling with you about your dog, then like I have to give you a round of applause because at that point, we've connected to the point that now we're family and I feel your pain and you feel my pain and I can just relate. So shout out to all the good actors out there. Like it's a really hard job and I'm really proud of y'all. I do try to keep my nails together, don't I? My nail lady, Angel. Do you like? I like these. These are new. I try to keep my nails funky. I think it's just like a way to create, be creative and like express yourself. So I like to like try new things with my nails. So I always try to make sure that like, you know, a little funky. Okay, so my dad is from Mississippi and my mama's from Illinois. And I have a brother and I have 2 younger sisters. And I also have 2 older sisters. It's crazy on my dad's side of the family. Y'all know how that be, but for right now, that's the head count we got. I mean, tomorrow we could have another one. You just never know. Hey, sometimes they just come out, you be like, oh, hey girl, hey bro, hey. My favorite movie is Blow. I love Blow, that's my favorite movie. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Go watch it. Okay, y'all, so I told y'all Decatur was small. We didn't have a lot of food places. Like our 5-star restaurants in Decatur were like Red Lobster, Texas Roadhouse, Applebee's. So my favorite place growing up in Decatur was Red Lobster because I love seafood. But like my favorite local place growing up in Decatur is a small burger place called Crackles. They have really good burgers and they have really good lemon ice cream. Oh my God, it's to die for. Every time I go back to Decatur, I stop by Crackles and I have a fat day and I enjoy myself. Then I might roll by there again before I leave. You gotta do it 2 or 3 times because I just don't go back often, so. Okay, so somebody said that I'm funny. Thank you. I try to be funny. I mean, I don't really try, but I'm a little goofy. But do people take me less serious because they feel like I'm attractive? I don't know, that's a hard question. I think that sometimes people do take you less serious because they feel like you look a certain way, whether it's men or women, because I feel like they feel like your life is just like easier because people want to give you things. And I also feel like sometimes people don't take you as serious because they just feel like you're around because you feel like things should be given to you. And it does make it kind of hard. I don't think I get it a lot, but I do feel like also sometimes it's a thing with women. Like I feel like women sometimes have to work a little harder than men to get certain things because of how we're looked at. I don't mind it though, because I like to work hard, so I don't feel like oh my God, life is just so unfair. Sometimes I do feel like people have preconceived notions about you and how your attitude should be, or like how you should act because you look a certain way, whether that's like how your hair is, or, you know, whatever your look is as a whole. I think people treat you on how they feel like you should be categorized in that area of life. But I really just feel like people just have to get to know people, because sometimes people can be really pretty and they can be super nice, or sometimes people can look really scary or like what people consider dangerous and they're like super cool. So it's like, I think people just have to stop looking at people and just being like, okay, because they look like this, they act like this, because their hair is like this, they should be like this, because of this, they should do this, and just really get to know people genuinely. Because sometimes when you really get to know people, you'll be surprised about how people really are. Don't judge. That's the law. That is the rule from this, is don't judge, okay? Because you just never know. First off, I'm not cooking on a first date, but that was cute because you're not coming over my house. But if I was a cook, I think I would cook soul food. Like, I love cooking soul food. I mean, like, I love cooking that like heavy, like soul food that's gonna be like packed with like diabetes and high cholesterol and just soaking it in there. And then when you eat it, you just get the itis. You're like, and then I just knock you on the couch for like 3 hours and you wake up like, oh my God, am I okay? It's like, yeah, you're fine, you just ate. So that's what I would like to cook, some soul food, but it can get a little dangerous. Soul food can get a little dangerous, so I've been told. I'm definitely a French toast, but that wasn't an option. So I'm gonna go with waffles. I don't really like pancakes like that. They're kind of too, it's too bready for me, and it's too thick. I don't know, I just can't explain. It's like the texture. I'm very big on textures. Like, I don't like certain foods because, like, not that they're nasty, it's just I can't handle the texture of it. If it's too, I don't know, like soft or like mushy or like slimy, it gets a lot for me. It just can't do it. I just don't. I'm a texture person. If you notice, I'm a touchy-feely person too. Like, it's something about it. Something about textures. If I want to touch people, like, oh, you're so soft. Oh, your skin is so nice. And it's not that I'm like trying to talk to anybody. I just like to touch things. I just like the way they feel. It's a texture thing for me. I don't know. It's a weird thing I do. I have no idea. If I wasn't acting, I would probably be doing something in entertainment business. Prior to acting, outside of working my corporate job, I did do teaching. I love my kids, but I did not enjoy the job. The corporate world did not work out for me. But when I dabbed in entertainment, I was doing some public relations work for some artists, like some music artists, and I really enjoyed that. Like, I really enjoy something that's the hustle and bustle. I have to have something that I'm up, that I'm active, that I'm constantly working, that is stressful. I love to work under stress. Like, I need stress just piled on me. Stress makes me the most productive. So if I can do something that I'm up and it's busy and I get to interact with people, I love interacting with people. Like, that's one of my favorite things to do, is having personal interactions. So I think I'd probably be doing something in the entertainment industry. Probably would still be doing like public relations, honestly. No, I don't consider myself bougie. Oh my God, why would you ask such questions? No, I don't. Really, I'm really down to earth. I'm super cool. I just like really nice things, but I feel like I work hard, so I deserve nice things. But honestly, like, I'm not like that ill, don't touch me, oh my God, or ill, here comes somebody. I'm more like super chill. I just like nice things, like, but I'm way, like, I'm really down to earth, I'm telling you, I promise. If you met me, you'd be like, whoa, this is not who I thought it was. I was never really inspired to do comedy. What I did realize is I used to be very shy, and for me to deal with me being shy and like my anxiety, I would laugh like a lot of things off. Like, my mechanism of like, I'm scared right now is me laughing. It's horrible. So like, I would laugh and then I would like make jokes because it would take off the, anxiety for me. So it just started to become natural for me to like laugh and make jokes. And then people were like, oh, she's funny, or like, oh, Tiff is like, she's always joking. But what they didn't know is I was really like nervous, and that was my way to like calm my nerves down. And then it just kind of rolled into who I am. Like, I've always been goofy, but I never was like, I'm gonna be a stand-up comedian. Like, if somebody asked me, or people have asked me, would you do stand-up? I don't know if I would do stand-up. I would be nervous. I think I could probably like practice my way into it, but I don't know if I could like really do it. But then me being nervous, maybe I'll joke more. It might actually work out in my favor. I'd have to write that down. I'd have to think about that one. Well, y'all, that was it for my Q&A. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be dropping 3 new videos weekly, so make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if we didn't get a question answered on this Q&A that you felt like just was needing to be answered, make sure you drop a comment below and let me know. Shoot me a question and tell me, hey, next time, sis, this is what we need to know. And I got y'all. So, like I said, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel.